It's Thato and now Alanga, the madness never ends. It's 1 a.m. Clap, bow, 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 bow. Say no to this.
Hello, everybody.
Hi everyone.
How you doing?
We hope you're all good, guys. We also want to say we've heard and seen that we have a whole lot of new listeners.
Honestly, thank you, guys.
Welcome and thank you.
We appreciate it. And you guys came at the right time. Well, depends on who you are. You came at the right time.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're talking about true crime today, guys. Also,
disclaimer,
trigger warning, statement.
We are fully aware that these crimes did happen to real people, and
it's not funny.
Yes.
Unless, even though we may laugh, it's probably the way someone said something. Our heart does go out to all of the families who are affected by all of these crimes.
Yes.
And we don't condone murder. We don't think you should go around murdering people so that you can be in a true crime legend documentary. Mang. We think it's disgusting, honestly.
Our main focus on the story are the criminals and the manuals that they did.
Yes.
Because, wow. Well, how does your brain get there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, it's not always murder, but all the crimes in general.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, there are some light-hearted, funny crimes.
Yes.
But for the ones that are serious and affect people and have affected people and still continue to affect people, we are aware and...
Yes, we are not making light of that situation.
Yes. Exactly. So, and also trigger warning if such content is not for you.
Yeah, you can catch us on our next episode, which will be as entertaining. I'm pretty sure.
October is
we
all
have
about
episodes before.
Yeah, we have
and episodes after. Just skip October if this is not your scene.
You know,
murder. It's not for you.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
Yes. Not us saying murder and then laughing.
You see what I mean? Again, this concretes my fact that we're laughing at the
Yes.
way that you're saying murder,
Yes.
not at the actual act of killing
murder.
another human being.
Yeah, because I'm scared of blood and like holes in bodies, so there's
boring.
no way
What in
I
the
would.
world?
Oh my word! So our aunt had like
Those throat things.
yes,
you know
the throat things when you can't breathe properly.
Yeah. I know. So I know a YouTuber who has that.
I almost fainted because I was so queasy trying to talk to her with that thing, and I'm just like, there's a hole in your neck.
I get it.
And I literally had to sit down. I could feel myself.
And it's not like you found it disgusting. It's just like it confused you.
It just made me queasy. Yeah, so
There's a
for
hole
somebody
in your
who
neck.
enjoys true crime, it's pretty wild that stuff freaks me out in real life. That's why we also need to talk about how true crime, they just lay. Yes.
There was
legs were cut off.
Literally, her eyes were waxed.
the raising.
Wax? Yes. Have you not heard the full clip? No.
Her eyes were gorged out. Her eyebrows were waxed.
Something was waxed. Yeah, so we know that audio has been trending, and low-key we are those people.
Yes.
No. Well,
Do you know when it hits? When you see, because they do a lot of dramatizations, right? And then there's a part where they show actual footage from the thingy. That sobers you up
yeah.
very quickly when
It's
you...
not funny. It's
Yes, when
yeah.
it's like, yo.
I think our levels of true crime enjoyment is like Tato's highest, because Tato can even deal with horror movies, which is
Yeah, Thato enjoys
traumatic.
horror and
Yes.
true crime
It's so
that's gory.
And then that was like a good happy medium, and I'm still very, very much scared of true crime. I don't
However,
know.
I feel like you consume more content.
No,
than
I
us.
consume a lot of Stephanie Sue content
Does
because
she?
she usually, first of all, she's eating while she's doing this. Secondly, she
Also,
usually.
you're not really paying attention to the true crime. You're just
I'm
enjoying
there for
the ambiance.
Stephanie. Honestly. Okay, her podcast is way more gory, and she did mention that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't usually listen to her podcast, but I will watch her YouTube videos. And then still, her YouTube videos sometimes buys on me. So I don't know. I'm very much like shaky on the topic of true crime. But I mean, it's still going to be a fun podcast, isn't it?
About Stephanie Sue, right? Where else do you guys get your true crime injection?
So
You know?
definitely podcast and TV,
Oh, yes.
like the crime channel.
Them
They're by the
shows.
170s on DSTV. And you know, even ETV used to have true crime shows after school. I honestly started watching true crime with Wives with Knives. Just part of the after school TV watching.
What a random thing to put when you know kids are coming back from school.
And it's Wives with Knives.
I forgot about
Because the name is so catchy. Wives with Knives. And usually there was Nifi there by the husband.
Obviously.
Yes.
I
And I was just like, whoa, this is some compelling stuff.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And then we also had I Almost Got Away with It. But that was more funny because my
Yes.
guy, you didn't get away with it.
I almost got away with it, especially when it wasn't like murder-related cases.
And now
Those
it's
were
like-
always so fun because it's like, bruh, to get out of prison, it's another type of smarts,
Bruh.
man. And
And then you get caught.
Dude, that's so sad.
And they usually got caught in the dumbest ways. Or when they
Exactly.
gave up, when they genuinely gave up, like they had no food, no money, no
Yeah, it's
shelter,
like-
no nooks.
Yo, but it's so
Yeah.
sad. Imagine coming back and you were free and it's like, Mabena, you're back. But also books. Okay, but that's not true crime. But I knew I
Some of
had
them.
a flair for the criminal activity. And the
Yes.
first time I was on the criminal side was this book I read. It was Kulu's book. I can't remember the name.
Kulu
but
means
The
grandfather, our
Fugitive.
grandfather.
Yes, I
Fugitive.
think The Fugitive or something like that. This guy robbed a bank.
Yeah.
Made so much money.
Yeah.
And he literally was running away from the police.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I need him to get his money and not get caught by the cops.
Exactly.
Let's
Like
talk
you
about
follow the story. So
Yeah.
that's my first welcome into the world of crime.
Yeah.
I did mention this, I think in June or July, I had mentioned that I'm reading like not scary, crime
Spooky,
or
scary.
murder books, right? But I also literally mentioned in that video, yo, murder, it shakes me a little bit. I have respect for all authors because writing is hard,
Yeah.
right? But I tend to have better outlook on authors who know how to make a really, really ripping story without anyone dying. Like you're sitting at the edge of your seat, you're shaking, your palms are sweaty, heads are heavy,
heavy.
bombs
Yo.
scabedi.
Mom's spaghetti. Mom.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Eminem.
Yeah, shout out. Anyway,
But guys, honestly, let's talk about how entertainment makes you root for the criminals. I mean, the Italian Job or the Oceans,
Yeah.
they make you respect
Those
good
are
criminals.
The Four
there's
Horsemen.
no good criminal. You know, that's such a
Okay,
oxymoron.
fictional good criminals.
Yes, we don't condone the real life ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now you
traumatizing
see
people.
me. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, that's what I meant when I said the Four Horsemen. Such
Can we
good
also
stuff.
talk about the fact that there was supposed to be a 3 coming out this year,
Really?
but they had planned it, and at the beginning of lockdown, I was like, yes, finally they can start writing. You know how Avatar has another one coming out soon, but you know there's
Yeah,
no.
But it's been years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things. I was like, yes, lockdown, they can write this amazing thing because I had just come off the high of watching 1 and 2. Guys, still no update.
Yeah, that's so sad.
So,
But anyway,
sad
enough
day.
with fictional crimes. Let's get back into true crime. So, your favorite medium? For me, I get my true crime content now from YouTube and mostly podcasts. Actually, everywhere. The TV ones is
It's
my
easier.
favorite.
Yeah.
I enjoy. Wow. I enjoy watching.
the
on
word
the
enjoy
TV.
it shakes you there.
I enjoy watching true crime on the actual true crime shows. And then second best is the podcasts. And then Tiho and, the Stephanies.
No, I thought you were talking about your friend. I was like, huh?
Your friend does true crime?
Oh my gosh, no.
Baledi, yes.
Yes,
Baledi.
yes, the South African true crime.
Yeah, I will
YouTuber
steer clear from
and
South African
Stephanie
true
Sue.
crime so hard because now it actually
Too
hits
close.
home. It's too close. It's too close. Same with I started getting into my not dark history. My
The dark web. Her sinister
My-
viewings.
the true crime content creators that I watch often are Stephanie Sue and Bailey Sarian, but she recently got into controversy because I don't know. Again, the ethics of true crime in general.
Yeah.
But I think she was one of the people that got hated on first because she has such a big following. But in generally, you can have that argument with any person who talks about true crime. You can have that argument with us because it's such a weird, like, why are you talking about people dying or people facing traumatic events,
Yeah.
But anyway, Bailey Sarian, especially her podcast. I've gotten way, way more into her podcast than her YouTube videos as of late because it's called Dark History. And First of all, it's way far removed from me because it happened in like 18 mang 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 mang. And she doesn't always talk about murder. So sometimes one of her most recent episodes, she was talking about the previous president of the United States and something about how he was displacing natives and stuff. So it's dark history, as in it's not only true crime content, it's dark history as in the bad crimes that have happened in history that don't always revolve around murder.
Yeah, because I actually enjoyed Disgraceland, which is such light true crime, if you will, because it's literally celebrities behaving badly and like doing criminal activity.
I enjoy that type of content.
So it's pretty light in terms of the true crime spectrum, but it's pretty good stuff. There was like rock stars on drugs, like peeing on people and assaulting people. Like, it's pretty bizarre.
That's crazy.
But it's true crime because these are real people.
And that's real.
Committed these crimes.
Oh my god, you know how many TikTok celebrities committed the crime of violating COVID?
Oh, guys.
COVID laws.
And it's not even, guys, when we look at it, it's a pocket of them. They're all friends with each other. Like the Nikita Dragon who was holding a mask. Like, she was just holding it.
Oh my
it wasn't on her. She was holding it in front of her face.
Did I tell you that I saw someone actually do that on
like
Small
this,
Street?
the mask
that's
and then
far.
just holding it. The air was passing through. The air particles, the COVID was touching her nose.
You teasing me.
It's for style, Thato.
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
I understand.
Aesthetics. And I can believe there's a true crime community because it's not a weird thing. A lot of people listen and consume true crime content. I just wonder how it even started from going to the news,
You know what?
where like this is a breaking story and what happened here to let me tell you about what happened here several years ago.
I honestly think it's human nature a little bit.
Yeah,
From
a little
curiosity,
bit.
like, yo, can you imagine?
And I think sorry.
Somewhat cathartic if you're really stressed. You'd be like, yo, somebody really snapped and then killed 5 million people. Or not even snapped. Just this person was growing up and you think they're normal. Kante on the side. Ted Bundy.
It's you, Thato. Yo, we thought she grew up normal, you know. We even had a podcast episode where we talked about true crime and she was laughing about it. Now, 30 years later, damn.
It's her.
It's her.
And her tagline was
Murder. She would spray paint on the walls of her victims. Murder. Okay, seriously.
But also
don't turn into a serial killer.
Yeah, please.
I'm not going to.
And we've seen Twisted Sisters, so please.
Hey.
Yeah. We've seen that's also a good true crime one. You see,
It is.
TV has the good stuff, and then podcasts.
Not even TV. Have you gone to Reddit, guys?
I've never gone into a true crime deep dive on Reddit.
I'm telling you, it's where it's at. They've got unsolved mysteries, which are so annoying because they're unsolved, and you forget. You're busy reading this thing like, oh, how does it end? Any information on this crime? Huh? What do you mean? If I have any information, you should have information. What are you talking about?
Nothing stresses me like unsolved. Yeah, what happened? Where are they now? Yeah, unsolved is the worst, and you feel so bad because imagine the people
Now it's
who
still
didn't
going.
get like closure and stuff,
That's
and
so
you're here
messed
like,
up, bro.
oh,
Cold
nobody
cases
knows.
are horrible.
Bruh.
Imagine.
And it's so crazy because you think of the American cold cases, but South Africa, the land of a cold case. Everything
day
is a
is a
cold
cold
case.
case.
That's why when you say things that are close to home, it's just a bit like, ish.
Yeah.
It's easier when it's America, UK. I honestly prefer the content that is away from South Africa too. Tihu is just really,
It's
I
got the
enjoy
vibe.
it.
It's a
Yeah,
little
she's
bit-
an exception.
When
the rest,
When
no
I first
thanks.
started watching her channel, it was more, oh my gosh, there's a South African who's doing well on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's honestly why I used to watch her content, because I was like, hey, there's a girl with a South African name. Mos. It's nice
Yeah.
to see South Africans on YouTube who aren't doing like random prank videos, you know. Oh, that sounds like I'm shading other people. Shem, get your coin or
Shading
whatever.
a little bit. We are shading you just a little bit. Just,
A
just
twin,
a tinge.
a sprinkle.
Guys, also sidebar. Don't they know they're getting pranked, guys?
Well, no.
If like as a YouTuber who watches YouTube, né, and you've seen that this is a trending prank.
Exactly.
And you can see what's happening. You're telling me that 1 + 1 is not 2. The moment you say, I'm like, where's the camera? Like,
Where it is.
where's the camera?
Yeah.
Cut the cameras.
And it's so
Thanks.
funny because when I was 12 or something and I still would always just talk about a YouTube channel and not actually start it, I kid you not, one of my biggest ideas was to prank you now. Because, first of all, you give the biggest reactions when people scare you. Like, if I jump out of a closet, you'll scream for 30 seconds instead of 2. And you'll be the best person to prank. But the thing is, both of y'all are smart. So I really need to make this a
It needs
convoluted
to be
plan.
an elaborate prank.
So we went to this place that has like a restaurant and a field, what. And we were playing outside on the field, and then Thato had left her phone, and it was nighttime. Thato had left her phone on the grass, right? And she was walking around being like, and it was time to leave. So she was like, oh my word, where is my phone? So then we all separated to go and look in various places where her phone was. And I found it and I put it in my pocket. And then I came to Thato and I was like, bruh, I don't know where your phone is. I heard someone said that it's on the field. Let's go to the field together. So I kid you not, we spent like 20 minutes looking for a phone that was in my back pocket. And then when I pulled it out, Thato looked at me like, are you dumb?
Stupid.
Or dumb? Huh? Like,
Honestly.
no one was
I was
laughing.
so tired.
Yeah, when she was still a crackhead little sister. But anyway, now that she's not a crackhead little sister.
She's still a little bit.
Oh, that's
Not
true.
in the bad way. I embrace my crackheadery.
Why don't you bite us and lick us? What's wrong with you?
That's true.
Oh.
You see?
It's a no. Listen, TikTok has told me that it's a love
Love
language.
language is to bite people.
Yes, and
Tell
because
them,
I'm not
listen,
biting
that's how
you
it starts.
hard.
We're busy wondering about Thato. Can you take away now, pastry chef? What is inside the pastries?
Oh my word!
Her legs were cut off.
No.
Her arms were cut off. Her toenails were cut off
Her
and
bones
turned
were
into a
grinded into
spice.
powder.
That I put in my cinnamon rolls for extra nuttiness.
Like I was saying, my favorite place to consume is the TV and then podcasts and then Tiho. Where's your favorite?
Stephanie Sue, her YouTube videos, the not too gory ones, as well as Barely Serian's Dark History podcast. History. I can't speak.
And then you, Thato.
Guys, Reddit really is the plug. And Netflix. Some good
Documentaries.
documentaries.
You are correct. Oh, that counts as TV though. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But
Yeah.
still, Netflix specifically.
Now.
The most, you guys, let me tell you, I have got a story for you.
We are listening.
Are you prepared?
Yeah, prepared.
Is it the wildest you've ever heard?
It's the most, like, what? But in the most disgusting way.
Oh
What?
no, is it gory?
Yes.
Okay, gory warning.
Gory warning. I mean, y'all should have known when I said
Now
I have a
to.
yes.
I'm going to. Thato, if I have nightmares
Indeed.
at 12 a.m., you need to let me into your room. Okay. You need to have mercy on me.
No.
Take it easy on my heart, even though you don't. Sorry.
Okay. This is the murder of
Let's go.
Jump.
Just I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've got it.
the murder
You
of.
better not be reading that whole thing.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
Summarize.
summarize it for you. The murder of Janku Furuta.
I thought you said danko.
Mubabes.
You
Chef.
Arimo babes. Imagine.
Can't disrespect my babes like that.
Babes
You keep calling her Mubabes.
Wait, leave it till I
Babes is
hang
the one
it.
who passed away.
Is Janko Futura. She was coming back from school, né? She
Mm-hmm.
was living her life. Then this guy approaches her. Hey, I saw something happening. Now, can you just come check it out with me and then we'll call the police?
Stranger danger.
Honestly. And then, no, I think these were her classmates.
Oh.
These looked like her classmates. Anyway, this guy was friends with people, right? And poor Janko just went with him because she trusted him to some degree. Were they not this guy's friends there? They kidnapped her.
That's
And
so
then-
sad.
It is
That's
quite.
something that would happen in
But-
South Africa.
Yeah.
They kidnapped
Be
her.
your own.
And for 40 days, they
And
basically
40 nights.
tortured her.
Why?
When they didn't give her food, they raped her consistently. There was just a
What?
mess.
This is so sad.
Even after they had killed her, she was still there. I don't remember the details. But in that time, they brought in another girl who was raped, and I think they let her go.
How
It
old
was-
were they?
I don't recall.
Teenagers.
This happened in
You said
1988.
classmates.
That's
so they're
fine,
probably in high
yeah.
school-ish, guys.
Ma'am.
When
Ma'am, you
This
said
is
gory.
a choice.
yeah, it's a serious story. Patong, it's true crime. I don't consume the light stuff.
Continue the story. So what happened?
Her body encased in wet cement.
What?
What?
In order to get rid of her body, they put her in wet cement to
Yeah.
dry it.
Yeah.
And then the guys who did all of this, they got sentencings, you know.
No.
Some guys got 6 to 7 years.
What?
Yeah, and then
That's really
In
sad.
Japan?
yeah.
Sure.
Don't
And
they have
then-
a good legal system?
I don't know about the legal system.
then
I
they
just
were like-
know that there's not a lot of the
Crime.
crime is not. You know what? South Africa is the bottom of the barrel.
It
So
is.
anywhere is better, honestly.
Yeah.
South Africa, Brazil is also like same vibes.
Yeah.
But people walking around in fear
Yeah.
is a very South African thing. Yeah,
Mm,
so anything is better. They'll steal your phone. Not that it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't happen so frequently and shockingly.
Yeah.
In your lifetime, you know somebody who's been mugged or has this something stolen, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's very rare to meet somebody who's never been a victim of some sort of crime
In South Africa.
in Souther. So
In Souther.
Yeah.
Souther,
And like one thing that shocked me
Sauda.
about this story, né,
yeah.
is that because all these guys were kids at the time, when the trial was going on, their identities were kept sealed.
What?
And I'm just like, wow. Like, legally, they had to protect them, but imagine protecting people who did such vile things.
Dude, for 40 days and 40 nights.
Nah, guys, no.
We're not laughing. We're not. We're not laughing about the crime. Anyway. Yeah, and then majority of the population of Japan was just like, no, those sentences were too light. And I
They
agree with
probably were,
them.
yeah. They really, really and truly were.
And meantime, there was one who got another sentencing because he went and did manuals again.
Obviously. What did you expect?
No, but for real. Like, Minato was one of the guys.
Yeah. For me, the wildest and most harrowing true crime is local. Because usually you hear real murderers and all South African crimes are pretty harrowing, right? But this guy just kept doing it, and he was such an anomaly because we'd never had I had never seen anything like this. But Ananias Mate haunted me for a long time.
What happened?
This one's a gory story as well.
It's quite, yeah.
Gory warning.
I'm not gonna go through the whole story of Ananias Mate. They can actually
I just
watch
know his
Tihu's
name.
YouTube on Ananias, but he was just going on a raping and killing spree, and he even escaped from prison. And it was just like the wildest, because it's for a while I was just like, Ananias Mate could literally just pop up in my back door. So that's why I got so scared. I think that was probably the first true crime that scared me. From there, just America, please.
America,
but yeah,
America.
that was the wildest true crime that and actually living in South Africa is a true crime episode. Yes. So I'm currently living in an episode of a true crime.
No. Wait, can I just add this?
Okay.
For the same trial, do you know how they got caught?
How?
Because two of the guys went and raped a 19-year-old, né?
Sure.
Then the police came because somebody had seen women's underwear there.
Yeah.
And it was just a house of boys and his parents. His parents were there!
Wait, did they know that
They-
they were doing mufirifiri?
Yes, in a sense. But you know when you're so desensitized to your own child's wrongdoings,
Yeah.
you just let them happen?
What?
Yeah. They got caught and with the female's underwear in the room, in their house, and then the police were questioning them. Did one of the guys just not assume that they were talking about Janko as well? So he basically was like, yeah, this is what happened. She's in wet cement. So yeah, he basically confessed to the police.
Wait, so she wasn't found in wet cement?
She was.
They were after
After-
the criminal
after
told the
told
police.
him.
Yes.
So
That's
now
a little bit better because I always get scared that I'm gonna be that stranger, that civil bystander that
Who
now.
just finds a body. That's
that must be so shaky, because it's really true. People just be walking their dogs, jiggy jiggy, it's hair.
And now your dog starts sniffing
Oh,
around.
wait, nah.
Yeah, please can we go to funny things now? I'm getting a headache.
Okay, actually, that Devil's Dorp seems interesting. I wanna.
What in the world?
Hey, when you don't know about the Satanist in Kruger's Dorp.
I know.
No, but it's old. It's old. It's a documentary. It's on show. But this one looks a little bit funny because somebody was like in the middle of apartheid. Yeah, the country is on fire. We're now busy. But that's not even Satanism. Hey, cult. Because I even remember the police guys like, yeah, we had to open a division for the occult.
What?
time for
It's apartheid. and you are busy. Anyway, I think the true crime that I consume has always got a story. That's why I don't like Unsolved and South African, because it's far removed and the crimes were solved and the people were arrested and they're serving time.
Yeah,
you know,
there
stories.
was some justice.
Yes, there had to be some justice. Unsolved is so hard to consume.
Dude, if you're getting frustrated, imagine the families and the best friends and the partners.
Dude.
I have a silly one, but it's unsolved.
Okay.
It's about this man who was going out to the shops. He literally went out to the shops, right? And didn't return for like 40 years. He came back. Somebody drove up to his house. He came out the car and the person drove off.
What?
And the poor man, in his heart of hearts, he truly believes that he just went to the shops and came back.
What?
He has no
What did they
recollection
do to
of
him?
what happened in the past 40 years. He was well fed. He was neat.
Aliens. He was
Oh,
taken by
wait.
aliens. And then at the end, they did the Men in Black.
Men in Black.
I'm telling you, there's no way, guys. 40 years and 40 nights.
Never.
It's the number 40. Anyway, so man went like a middle-aged
It's so
man, came
bizarre.
back in a Kulu, and he
Okay,
does
go.
not remember where he was. He truly believed that he was with his family. He was like, bro, I just
Maybe
went to
he
the
has
shops. I
Alzheimer's
came
or
back.
something.
And
No,
someone
he
took
remembered
advantage.
everything before that.
Yeah. You don't know how Alzheimer's works.
No, but also Alzheimer's doesn't just switch on. It develops, no?
Yeah, and you lose most of your memories. This man remembered his family. He
Maybe
remembered
it's
where
a
he
different- a rare
lives.
kind.
He just
This does not make no goddamn
damn
sense.
but it happened.
Give voodoo.
Never.
Escucha la palabra de las
Yeah,
brujas.
there was a spell. Yo, that's very bizarre.
Yeah,
I'm
quite
sure there's
bizarre.
funny crimes of like people being dumb.
Yeah.
Like those shows where it's like they have the CCTV footage of people just being weird. This is a stick up and then you get smacked. It's just like, bro,
When you
oh,
fail
I
at a-
agree, yes, crime fails. Those are pretty funny. That's very embarrassing. Like failing at a crime. Like in Toto, yes, they got you.
You
You're
didn't even
cringe.
get to finish the crime. You did not get a cent in your hand.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's been our little true crime
The
episode.
one about true crime.
The one about true crime. You guys can let us know what your favorite true crimes are. You can give us your hot
Yes.
takes on true crime as a genre.
Let us know what
Flame
you think.
us if you
And
must.
one more to cement it, we really are not laughing at the crimes or
we're
the
not.
murder. We feel for the families deeply. And true crime is a very heated ethical debate in terms of making it for entertainment.
Yes.
But this was our take.
I mean, if you also have some your favorite true crimes,
Yeah.
you can DM us and I will read them because
I
these
also
two-
would read
Oh,
them.
you'll
'cause
read them.
I'm looking for some more.
Yeah. So
Not everyday TV.
let us know your quote unquote favorite true crime stories.
And
Yeah.
also, it doesn't always have to be a murder. If you have a funny
Yes.
robbery story, please
Yes.
tell us.
Those
If
are
you
the
have like
best
a
kind.
funny, yeah, those are genuinely the
They
best
really
kind.
are
A little
funny.
bit.
Yeah.
Because you laugh just a little bit.
Oh
We
my
laugh
word!
a lot
It's
because it's like, what is this idiot doing?
I'm so sorry. I
Noth-
remember the wildest true crime story. There was this teenager. I kid you not. He stole a helicopter.
What?
He ran away from. He was like 16.
Hebo.
A helicopter?
A helicopter. He ran
Pop
away
off.
from home and he took like military food. You know, like
Yes,
the
those
that you can walk.
packs, yeah.
He stole someone's identity and he went and with the card and he went and bought things online to survive. So he bought a tent, he bought like clothes, he bought a flashlight with
He
someone
was
else's.
ready.
He
He
was
was
ready,
prepared.
bro.
I mean, a whole
And
helicopter.
he even fired his mom's house at some point on the way to go to the hangar. And he was like, "Oh, I'm hungry." Also, his mom, "Hi, I don't know what
Where
you
do
do in
you
that
come
situation."
from?
mean? It's like
She made him a sandwich.
he hadn't run away yet.
No, he did. So
He
he
came
had.
back-
He ran away, and at this point, also everyone in the community knew, and he was on the police things, and he went to his mom's house, asked for a sandwich, came back. Yo, guys, I promise you, this is a real story. It sounds fake, but if I can get the name, I'll include it in the description of the podcast.
Because I must
What
know
do you
the
mean?
story.
I kid
He
you
came
not.
back
Where is he now? A hero. You see,
He stole a
these are-
boat at some point.
These are the
too.
criminals we root for. Like, please,
Bro,
my brother,
You came back home, got a sandwich, and left again.
That's like the book I read. Like, wow, what a guy. Hey, ha, teach me your ways.
Genius. Legend.
And
And teach me your ways. So
Yeah.
you are the next one. First we were scared about Thato, then you were scared about me putting
just know
crushed
if
up
I'm
bones in
involved
cinnamon rolls.
in a crime, it will involve money.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes,
this is me
we-
confessing to future crimes.
Yeah. Abaka, abaka,
Imagine
lele.
something really does happen and they're like,
You know
yeah,
they can use this episode as
As
evidence.
evidence.
When
She had a flair for murder.
We're kidding. You can't use this as evidence because you don't know when we're being sarcastic or not. Aha!
wait. Quick question. What would you guys do in the purge?
I don't know what
Money.
the purge is.
Money.
When
Oh
I'm
yeah,
telling
that
you,
nighttime
money.
thing. No, with
12 hours.
Money.
Money.
Money. That's me. The bank. Money. FNB. Capital. Standard Bank. ABSA. African Bank. There's a new one that's
Time Bank.
Bank. All
There
of
by
the
the
bank.
coins, you
The
know?
gold. The silver.
the copper.
The copper. The metal. The steel. The wool. All the money.
The oil.
Money.
Chelete.
Money. Yes.
Koloi to sell to make it money.
Yes. Money. That's what I would be. I would be there by the money. Yeah, what would you guys do?
I'd go to a bakery. I kid you not, I'd go and get things at a bakery.
What a wholesome girl.
No, but for real.
What would you do at the purge? I would steal some cupcakes at the local bakery.
I'd get. Yeah, go and take their bread
I've been looking
pans.
at the macarons.
Guys, because they don't sell nice industrial shaped bread pans in the stores. So I'll go to the bakery and get their bread pans because I want to make industrial sized bread pans at home.
You want to
Some
make
chocolate chip cookies.
Dude, you know how expensive saffron is? I can just via
creme
up.
brulee. I've suffered at the recipe. I deserve to enjoy.
Krogan bush.
Bush.
Go get their
Several trays. of
time
Kroger
old
Bush.
recipes. Nah, but I kid you not, I'd go and get ingredients and equipment. Like, I'd go get a KitchenAid stand mixer. That one, I know. I'm going there. Maybe via exclusive books, because also their pricing is a joke.
Yeah. When murder at the page, what would
No,
you
I'm
do?
not kidding anybody. Why am I kidding? I'd, obviously, money. And then this other girl came up with a fantastic plan. Like, she'd
Aren't you guys
pre-plan.
planning what you guys
That's
would
what
do at the purge?
Well, now, she'd pre-plan her purge. She'd get all the documents she needs. Then just forge that she owns all this real estate. Which is smart because after the purge, what can they do? Because now it's under your name.
Oh. But how from other people, like when there's two title deeds?
Ask the apartheid government.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Honestly. And then the
Sorry, that's
money.
not funny, actually.
Oh no, the current farmers in the Cape, they're doing a good job at it.
What
Yeah.
happened? No. This is the Cape Townian farmers listening to this, like, what?
Did I lie?
She didn't.
I don't even know that story. I should probably look at the news.
The issue is with the purge.
And
You
the
don't
mines.
know who wants
owns
to
the
kill you.
mines?
No.
South Africa is a true crime. Guys, wow. Anyway, continue.
I was just saying, like, with the purge, you don't know who wants to harm you is the thing. Either way,
Tax the rich.
don't trust anybody.
In
If the purge.
Yeah, that's why na ke batla chelete first.
Yes,
And me,
that's
Lissy,
fine.
Policy, Pure, we're all just there at the banks. Yes. The problem is when I tlagana with the big ngangaras, the real ones with the guns. I say, hire me today. Make me a part of the syndicate for today. I just want the money. Please.
Well, no, that's fine. You can have your own plans. But what if somebody doesn't like you and they have like a deep-seated
And their
hatred
plan is to go and harm
from
you.
you? You don't
That's
know that.
sad.
You only know
Thank goodness the purge is not a real thing.
Exactly.
Honestly, imagine getting high blood pressure over a hypothetical situation.
That's me crying over a book at
overthink-
1 a.m. because
I-
a fictional character died. I know.
Yeah, I overthink enough. It's fine.
I'm just saying,
I've
it's
suffered
fun
for
to
19
play
years.
It's time for me to
to
shake my bums
ass
on a yacht.
in
You said
Dubai.
that guy who stole
In a
the boat.
thong.
He probably
Wanted to
your-
shake his bums.
Yes, he was enjoying life. He was living lavish.
Hi.
Sounds about time for Tata's tidbit, hey.
In it.
Hey,
Let's
it's a
get
bum, bum, bum.
into it.
Hi guys, welcome to Thato's Tidbit.
Bow.
So, we all know about death row. Thato's Tidbit today is kind of sad and it's like
We're also not talking about our opinions on death row. We are talking about Thato's story. I don't know what anyone's opinion in this car is about death row. I can remind you disclaimer because I wish people would disclaim more in their videos because you can come
then
off
you get
as
cancelled.
First of all, besides getting cancelled, like you can come off as a really horrible person. So, I don't know what y'all's opinions on death row is. I'm not stating my opinions on death row. We're just talking about Thato's story.
Yes. So, once upon a time, there was a man named Joe Aridi.
Is this a true story?
Yes.
Okay.
This Joe
Brajo.
grew up with a mental disability. Oh, basically he went to school and then the teacher was like, this child is not developing. Then they took him out of school, put him into a special needs school. They were like, this child's not developing. They got him tested at like 16. The doctor was like, he has the mentality of like a 3-year-old. Brother Joe was living his life.
Or brother Joe. Boot Joe, I mean.
But Joe was living his life, you know. And at home, they weren't feeding him. It was just a mess.
Why?
Like, they were being very rude to Uncle Joe. And then, Uncle Joe got arrested.
For what?
For somebody else's crime.
No.
And because he's got the mentality of a 3-year-old, the officer was asking leading questions. So now, Joe was like, yeah, I did this. The police officer also, what a terrible human being. So now, Joe got onto death row.
Did they ever find who actually did the crime?
I don't recall. Anyway.
Also, what year was
that's
this?
so
I'm sorry.
important.
This happened. Anyway.
Your story has holes.
It does.
Unsolved mysteries.
I'll
we
link
need to
it in
know
the
if it was
description.
far, and we also need to know if the real
It was
guy...
long time ago. But
Okay.
listen,
It's actually a little bit
it
sad.
is. I told you. And it's even more sad when, like,
Oh,
one
no.
of the police guards were like, he definitely didn't do this crime. So he befriended Joe.
Yeah.
And Joe was just happy there because he got regular meals, he got a bed, he played with his toy little train. And Joe was just there on death row. And then he got executed. Like, he didn't know. Like, he was like, oh, this is a fun time. And then he got executed. He only got acquitted 72 years after his execution. Yeah, why do you acquit? That's very annoying.
That's like...
But I guess it's like the people fight for the reputation of Joe. But I guess legally, it's to clear the person's name.
But it doesn't... He's dead. And also, there's so many unsolved cases where not busy ka...
Joe, what
Question.
about you?
Bruh.
Not saying that we're not saying that we should forget Joe, but like
He should have never been in the system to begin with.
Yeah.
The police system.
That's
That's
actually
actually
so
really
sad.
sad. That's very sad.
This is
I'm
the
sorry.
saddest
Tidbit.
tidbit we've
Yes.
ever done, bro.
Bro,
Sorry, I
I'm
just needed to share it
shattered.
with you.
Patong Joe.
And Joe's family, did they say anything
They
about
didn't,
this?
they
clearly
didn't care. When he was happy to get regular meals.
Clearly, it was a long time ago for they to have passed 72 years.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that's really sad.
It is quite.
Wow.
Sure.
Anyway, that's the end of the podcast, guys.
Thanks for listening in. Don't forget to go follow our Instagram page at 1amclub.co.za.
Hey, Wena.
What, Joe?
Not knowing the name
What
of
is
the
it? 1am
Instagram.
Club podcast.
Now you know that Buntley does. She just
Nothing for the
arrives.
Instagram.
She just arrives. At 1am Club
_ZA.
Nazo, that one.
And honestly, guys, our page is funny.
It
The
is.
stories are
It's
funny.
hilarious.
The posts are funny.
Yeah.
You know,
They
get into
did
it.
that. As well as our YouTube. Go subscribe to our cha-cha.
To our what?
To our cha-cha.
She said, go subby.
The joke. Listen, before I came up with my current outro, so long, fairly well, pip pip cheerio, I had a real half a mind to make my outro go subby to my cha-cha. Because it's hilarious, in my humble opinion.
It's cringy.
It's cringy
Go
hilarious.
subby to our cha-cha.
Yes, but it would be a joke. No one would find it cringy if I'm joking.
I mean, it would be how our podcast listeners know that at any point somebody says go subby
to
my cha-cha. They know where it came from.
Subscribe
to our channel.
Mara still,
Subby to our cha-cha.
Anyway, like when they had to open a new department for occult things in apartheid. I was Thato.
Like how Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga currently released an album called Love for Sale. I am Buntle.
I am so hopeful. So when Miguel and Nazanin get back together, I will be Nell.
Bye.